Hi guys. Alright, this is my first official WordPress WordCamp meetup slot. I've hijacked one in Denmark and I'm happy to be here today, so thanks for putting up with me. We're going to be talking about WordPress and WooCommerce and how we can make it work for us. Out of the box it does some amazing stuff, but there's that 10% that we need to do ourselves. You're doing it through plugins, you're doing it through themes, you're doing it through PHP snippets. Today we're going to focus on PHP snippets. Oh, coffee's kicked in. Okay, who am I? I'm a WordPress plugin developer. I build plugins for WordPress. That means free plugins, that means pro plugins. I distribute them, I keep them myself. I'm building stuff, that's all I do. Some plugins are very successful, or I feel they're very successful. Others get 10 users. To me, that's still a success. That's 10 users that wouldn't otherwise have that plugin. WordPress, WooCommerce, and I. I've had a lot of fun building WordPress plugins and a lot of lows building WordPress plugins. That's why I bought cookies today, and you guys are probably eating too many, and that's a shame, but we're going to try it anyway. My ability as a plugin developer to support my community, you guys, is kind of like the cookies. I can only give out 5 or 6 at a time. I do my absolute best to support everyone, but I can't get to everyone. I'm one person, I don't scale well, there's no startup foundation behind me. It's not going like that. It's little growth over time. But as long as we stay in it, plugin developers stick around. And that's what I hope everyone tries to do and supports the plugin developers trying their best. Who wants a cookie? I got bags of cookies. Do you want cookies? All right. These are the best cookies. 40% chocolate, and disclaimer, if you can't eat chocolate, don't take it. I'll let you guys hand them out. Can you hand them around? Cool. Those are the best plugin support tickets I'm resolving. You're getting all of my attention in those cookies. I'm going to get straight into the content. Cookie policy, no refunds. As I'm giving out more support tickets, the cookies aren't getting better. They're getting worse. The support is getting worse. I'm trying my best, but I just can't give that dedication. And you'll see that in the quality of my support. So we have 40% cookie, we have 30% cookie, and now we're down to 20% cookie. So let's send that out. Yeah. Sorry, I walked out. Sorry, camera. I did the loop. There's the line. I'm sorry. I'm going to go that way. Okay, let's get into it. Why listen to me? The bad reasons. I'm not a good student. I failed uni. I failed my first WordPress Academy agency. That was with Luke Carbus, who's here. Maybe here. There he is in the corner. Ate too many noodles and played too much Counter-Strike. Kicked off the WooCommerce.com plugins marketplace. I just couldn't support my users. There were too many of them. I've burnt a plugin partnership with Phil Winning, if he's here. No? Sorry. There he is. Sorry, Phil. I did my best. And I just got kicked out of Denmark, so I'm back here in Australia. Thanks, Denmark. Okay, the good things. I am now a WooCommerce plugin developer. I used to do WP Commerce, Jiggershop, Exchange. I looked at EDD, but I do 99% WooCommerce now. Maintain 20 plus plugins, ton of downloads, ton of active installs, 5,200 tickets. That's one person. That's me, struggling. I've tried to do migrations, and they never go well, but we do our best, getting from one platform to another. Okay, content. Let's focus on the customizations. Let's do Q&A, and if we have time, let's see what you guys are doing. Difficulty, immediate, intermediate. So if you're not familiar with code, this is going to get above you, but that's okay. There's a link onto a website you can give to your developer. You can look at it yourself and just take time learning it. There's the link. You can open that on your browser. It's going to be there for the next month, and then I'll pull it. And yes, if you change 1 to 2, you'll get the rest of the content later on. All good? On to the next one? Sweet. Okay, when you're editing WordPress and you've got PHP snippets, we're going to need either local access, that means you're on the physical server doing the work. You're going to need FTPS. Do not use FTP, as we learned yesterday. Just don't do it. SFTP, another one. SSH, whatever works. Do not use the file editor. Just don't do it. There's no good reason. That's why. That's not cool. How do we do that? We go into the WP admin, we open up the editor, which is under editor at the bottom. We have code, we scroll down, we add our PHP snippet. Doesn't happen. Why? It's the ending? Yep, it is. What else is it? That function doesn't exist. It's blown up. You can't get back in. You can't recover. You need FTP access or a backup. And if you're using a backup and you're running a WooCommerce store, you've just nuked that day's data. Extending WordPress, PHP snippet times. We're going to start intermediate and go down the rabbit hole. We're going to start with disabling the lost and changed password emails that get generated natively by WordPress. WordPress is a great platform, but we've got to make it work for us in WooCommerce land. Otherwise, every time your customer who's signed up as a user changes their password, you're going to get a notification. Again, I'm going to get this content up so you can read it later. Basically, it's explaining what that function does, and all we're doing is replacing it with our own, and then WordPress ignores it. That doesn't work for all PHP functions in WordPress, but these guys belong to a family called Pluggables. Pluggables means if you put your own in a theme or in a plugin, WordPress will use yours before it uses its own. Onwards. My favorite function in PHP and WordPress, and that is the __return _whatever. So what you're doing is you're returning a value back to a filter rather than writing your own PHP snippet and function to do the same. So typically, you'd have to write that. So we're changing something which is a Kismet integration, which is your spam protection, in Gravity Forms. To turn it off, you'd have to do that. It becomes a one-liner. And you can do that everywhere. It took me years to learn that, and I honestly only learned it probably a year ago. But it's changed my code. It's changed how I give code to my customers and to my users and the community. Okay, intercepting fatal PHP errors as they happen. This is what people will see, or they're going to see the 500. There's no pretty way about it right now. What we can do about it is hook into WordPress's shutdown action. Now, as WordPress blows up and hands over back to PHP, we can intercept this one action and do something about it. We're not going to fix the problem. We're just going to deal with it gracefully. Again, code's on that link that I put up before, if you need it. All we're doing here is hooking into an init, and you can do this anywhere in your code. If you've got a plugin that you're maintaining, you can do this anywhere in your process that's running. Same with themes. Maybe fail whale does not exist. This is going to blow up. And we're hooking it in, and we're unhooking it, because we don't want it to affect everything else. We just want to isolate the issue within our space. Okay, here's the function, and I'm doing my best to get code up on this presenter that you can actually read. What we're doing is go back. The action fires, it's crashing. It runs this function. We get the last PHP warning, notice, whatever we can get. It sends it back to us in that error variable. We go through there and then go, what's in that error that we had earlier? What can we do with that? Cannot access protected property WC order. That happens when you upgrade from WP 2.7 to 3 and one of your plugins is not compatible. It's just going to blow up, just like this. So what we can do is say, okay, no, it's not there. There it is. So we're capturing that string and doing something about it. And in this case, we can send an email off using WP underscore mail, or you can log it, or you can insert task. But the thing is, you've got that space, that time to do something about it. You could send back a friendly error message the next time the page loads using a transient to say, hey, look, this plugin's not compatible. Do something about it before it blows up again. Going back, you've got PHP memory. If you've got a big store and it's some heavy plugins, then you can fire off an email saying, hey, it might be time to increase your memory. Send it off to the administrator. Same with execution time. If you've got a process that's taking more than, say, 30 seconds, it's going to blow up like this. There's your chance. And WordPress gives that to you. Anything there? Yep. Cool. All right. So what we're doing is taking that first fatal error that sucks, and we can spit out something friendly. And this has been saved to either the native WordPress error log, which is debug.log if you've turned on error logging within your WP config file, or if you're using WooCommerce and you're using their WC_logger class, you can log it off to your own section of the uploads directory /WC logs in its own file. So you've got your own spaces to put stuff in there. So that's just an example. It's still going to blow up, but you're able to do something about it. Another example, yep. So in this case, you're able to redirect people back to you, so you can actually get that feedback without having a plugin or notification. Next thing. Okay, we're back in WooCommerce land. I wanted to focus on this. There's the link if you want to see code on your laptop. Okay, let's do some practical stuff. We're going to skip the cart and send them to checkout. We don't want them to mess with the cart. We don't want them to bail out of the cart. This is practical marketing for WooCommerce stores. We're just going to jump them straight on. So all you do is turn on redirect to checkout. So when they click add to cart, it sends them somewhere. And in that middle, we're going to send them somewhere else. You can send them anywhere. You could send them to another landing page. I'm going to send them to checkout. Okay? We're using a filter. It's all pretty simple. Continue shopping redirect. Okay, so as you've done that redirect, you're now on the checkout page. You've got that notice banner that comes up the top, and you've got a continue shopping button. We can send them to another landing page rather than back to your shop page. So it's another chance for marketers to do what they love, and that is get people to sell or buy something else. Yep. Prevent checkout. All right. If you're doing a data migration, you're doing a site migration from one domain to the other, you typically want to freeze the data, back it up, move it across, unpack it, start it again. This filter lets us do that with the WooCommerce store. So the users can keep using the website, they can keep doing their stuff, they just can't buy. So you're not losing those few orders that come in between the migration. Another use for it would be like a flash sale, where you physically lock off access to the checkout, and at midnight, open the gates, and hope everything goes well. Conditional notices. Again, this is fun for marketers. It's fun for plugin developers too, because we can inject notices into the WooCommerce single product page, products page, my account page. We can say there's an update coming tomorrow, everyone get ready. We can say there's 10% discount for the next 24 hours. We can do all sorts of stuff. This is a very generic example, and you can insert your own marketing, sales, support message in there, and customers will see that. We can also have some fun with it as a plugin developer, and this is code that I've got running on my site, and that is when I get traffic from a nulled script site, so these guys are getting the code that they want without paying for it, which is fine, but they get no support, which is fine. But there's links to my website, and I'm able to see the referrer that they're coming from these websites, and as they come in, give them a message. And what I'm saying is, guys, check your code, and if you need support, here's a discount. But that can be used for anything. You could use that for Facebook traffic coming in, if you know the URL where you want to send a targeted message to them. The same with Twitter, the same with Instagram. Like, you can go nuts with this. Marketers can have a lot of fun when they've got code in their hands that they can work with. Cool. If you've got your laptop open, you're looking at the code, you see all of it. The rest of us will do step by step. What we're doing is we're checking that it's... there's an error in the code. Is product. We're checking that we're on the single product screen because we only want it to show there. So excuse the error. We're checking we have the referrer that's been passed to us as part of the HTTP message. We're checking we've got a list of sites that we're targeting. And from that, we're checking the referrer that we've got against that list. And if we get a response, if we get a match, then we're shooting them the message. Otherwise, we jump out. And in this case, we're doing the check yourselves, guys. Be careful. Here's another example for the My Account page. And this one's a really good one for loyalty. If you've got a customer who's bought 3, 4, 5 things, give them something back. You can show a message as they log into the My Account page with an offer, with a discount, even just saying thank you. To do that, we use get posts. There's a lot of code there. It's hard if you're not familiar with it. But again, the links are on the website. Take your time. Pull each function apart until you understand it. There's documentation everywhere. Let's skip this because we don't have time. Let's do something fun. What we're going to do is when an order comes through with a completed status, we're going to send a notification to one of our IoT devices, which is an Internet of Things device, which is a speaker. Today, in this case, it's going to be our laptop. We're going to see a notification come up just to see what we can do with WooCommerce. To do it, we're hooking into the completed filter that's available to us. We're checking we have an order ID. We're checking the order isn't a free order. In this case, we want to make sure it's something people have paid for. We're connecting to a platform called Domotics, open source platform that runs on Raspberry Pi's insert device. We're sending that data off. We give it the address, we give it the username, password, all the details, off it goes. And I've got an order ready. And if everything goes to plan, it's saving. Yeah, it might take a little while. These things happen, don't they? Do everything you can to make it ready. Not exactly ready. It's saved. See if we get a response. So while we're waiting, let's just jump straight on to questions. What do you guys think? We've got 10 minutes. What can you do with that information in your WooCommerce site? Oh, we've got heaps of time then. Oh, sweet. There's extended version. Cool. I don't think that notification's going to happen, but that's okay. Let's go back one. Is this content relevant to you guys? Is there something you'd like me to drill down on right here? Like within WooCommerce that you'd love to do that you can't do right now, or you don't think you can do right now? Just shout out, okay? We're going to try and cover as much content as we can. Yep, so you're looking for places where you can find code snippets like that have been released into the public domain, meaning people aren't writing it and keeping it, like myself until today. Places like that would be Stack Exchange. Everyone loves it. It's there. You look for something, you're going to find it there. Other than that, you've got the WooCommerce Slack community, which is getting more active by the day. In terms of repositories, I guess you need to also approach the developers. If you see something cool and they're using WooCommerce, send them a message. You're not pre-sales. You're not a competitor. You're not a threat. We're all doing this together. And they're very likely going to send you that code that you noticed as part of that interaction. In terms of dedicated places to find snippets of code, it's a really hard one because people write it and they tend to sit on it or sell it. Exactly. And there are people who put things out there for free and they're heroes. And we're all trying to do that. But yeah, I wish there were more people willing to open up their chest or chests. What's up?
Just have a question with the landing page example you had, redirecting after a successful order.
Yes?
Do you have access to the contents of the cart at that stage? So can you then kind of, based on the category of that product, decide to send it to a different landing page in that category?
So you don't...
What do you have access to from that order?
Okay, so they've clicked checkout. They've given you the card details. What have you got? An order ID. What have you really got? You've got access to the post related to it. So you don't have the payment details unless they're storing it. And if they're storing it, you won't know. And 99% aren't. But there are people that do it. And they do it because they want to process it offline through an in-shop terminal. And it's frowned upon, but people still do it. That's retail. But you get access to everything. You get access to their IP address because it's linked to the post, their geolocation, their billing address, what they've purchased on their order, what coupons they've applied. Like, the data's there, you just got to dig through it. And it's stored there in the post. It's stored there in the order item. And the order item has different types, so you can filter the data you're getting out. So yeah, any scenario, the data is available. You get that little hook. All right, we can do this forever. Okay. 2 domains? Okay. Okay, so you're going from one platform to another, or WooCommerce to WooCommerce? Yep. Okay, again, you're going from WooCommerce to WooCommerce? Okay. And you want to migrate the domain or just the instance? You've got 2 different instances. You want to fuse it. Good luck. It's really hard, and the reason it's really hard is we have unique post IDs, which are fantastic, but you're going to have conflicting post IDs because you're going to have 1,000 orders on one site and 2,000 on the other, and they're going to do the combine, and nothing's going to come across. What you'd need to do is make a migration script or export the data out and import it, getting around that obstacle of a unique ID, or write the migration script so that if it sees a duplicate ID, that it goes to the top of the stack, which is a new ID, builds the post, moves on to the next one, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. But for 2 sites to do it, it's really hard. And getting those unique IDs to work is really hard.
So if I was to take, say, a copy from the line through and not fuse them,
Yep.
and just take a copy,
Yep.
what's the easiest way with that?
Just do what you're doing. Just export the data out, take it back up, whatever you're familiar with, whatever works. But getting that data in later will be hard if you choose to bring it in. Most people don't. If you're migrating from WP Commerce to WooCommerce, Jiggershop to WooCommerce, most people leave the data behind. It's just too hard. Bringing order items across, it's near impossible. Bringing download permissions linked to those order items, damn near impossible. Subscriptions, good luck. It's really hard stuff. And that's affecting the whole marketplace. That's free developers trying to build plugins to do it. That's premium plugins trying to do it. That's paid services where you give them the keys, they do it for you, struggle to do it. Like, yeah. Hope that helps. I love a challenge, so reach out to me and I'll see if I can help, but it's really tricky. It's like the cookies. I'm trying to help as many people as I can, and inevitably I let people down. But I'll try. I'll help. Anything else? What's up? Here comes the mic. Yep. Get it out there. If you've got $10,000, you go heavy on a marketing budget. You hire marketing experts and they go nuts and create AdWords campaigns and Facebook campaigns and, get the message out there. If you don't have that capability, I don't. WordPress repo, wordpress.org/plugins. That is your marketplace. So you've built a plugin. People out there. Yeah. No. Mm-hmm. I don't do that outreach. They come to me. And I've heard a lot of bad feedback about what I'm doing because I suck at marketing. I build and I love building. I hate supporting, but I do it because people expect it. But that outreach, yeah, you do have to contact them. You have to phone them. Australia, you have to go meet them. But your marketing that's available to you is writing about it. Just go nuts on the spam, writing your own content, explain what you're doing, screenshots, videos, reviews, feedback. If you've got a plugin user, ask for feedback. If they've paid for it, they're more than willing to give you a review. Whether it's bad or good, you're going to get one. If you've got it on the WordPress repo, they're especially going to give you bad reviews. But the good ones shine through. And that's where the WordPress repo really is a gem for independent plugin developers, whether they're wanting to make money or not. That's key. Premium only. Yeah, approach similar companies, not competing, but supporting infrastructure, agencies, hosting companies. Anywhere you see there's a nice fit, approach them. But having a premium only plugin and not having the budget behind it is really hard. And some people do it really well. WooCommerce subscriptions, like their local guys, they're killing it. They're doing great. Their support isn't, their infrastructure isn't based on their own site. They're on the WooCommerce marketplace. So you might want to approach WooCommerce.com, which is now automatic, and get your plugin listed. But yeah, very few people have their own independent shop where they're selling a premium only plugin and do well. Does that help? Okay. Cool. I'm level 1 support, I'm level 2 support, I'm level 3 support. That is visser.com.au, and I don't want to upsell or anything here. This isn't what it's about, but it is my shop. It's running WooCommerce, and as I find a new feature that I want to build or develop, I'll put it there.
So would you find it hard if there was an industry out there that you're not exposed to that had a great need for a plugin?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you don't have access to that problem?
Absolutely. And we have people here today who won't open their mouth and tell you, but they're in a niche and they need a plugin, and the plugin would do fantastic. It would make a lot of money, but no one talks about it. No one asks for help. Yeah. We're here. We want to build stuff, but yeah, you got to reach out to us. We have to reach out to you, I guess.
Maybe we need plugins that bridge the two.
Absolutely. Yeah. Preferably free, and if it makes money, a pro plugin. Yeah. Does that answer?
Yeah.
Do you want me to drill in a special area?
I was just curious about how that happens, if there are niche sites out there that have specific needs, and maybe if you or someone like you does service them, if you need to get second-hand reports from the site owners of what they need, and
Yeah.
the difference with you actually ran your own site in that niche and you had first-hand experience.
It would help, but it's a hell of an investment, personally. If you're on a big company and you can allocate resources to focus on car sharing plugins for WordPress, you do really well. But I don't personally have time to do that. And it would do fantastic here in Australia, because that's the wave that's coming. Europe's had it, America's having it, we're getting it. But I just don't have time to do that. And that would take me away from WooCommerce probably. But yeah. Up the back.
What's your process for finding WordPress hooks?
Finding WordPress hooks.
What do you do if there is no hook?
Ooh. Typically there is a hook, and if there isn't a hook, there's a hook under the hook that you can get to. I mean, if we're talking about a WooCommerce hook and it doesn't exist, there probably is one that you can expose or exploit through WordPress, because it's built on top of that layer. Back in the days of WP Commerce, which I was heavily invested in, I'd edit my own code, like the core plugin, to do things, to expose filters, and then have to, every time I update the site, merge the code in, and then rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And I think we've gotten away from that, which has been fantastic. But yeah, if it's not there, ask for it. And if they say no, find the Slack channel and get public about it. And if that fails, write a blog post about it. Does that help? Cool. Far corner. Run, run, run. I clocked up 12.8 kilometers running around yesterday, so I know exactly how we're feeling.
Is that showing the conditional notice for people coming in from like rip-off shops?
Yep.
Sort of thing?
Yep.
Really good idea. What sort of, like, do you see much customers come through that way?
Absolutely. Yeah. And you can upsell to them. Like, innocent. It's there. The data's there. You're allowed to use it. And typically they'll open a support ticket about 30 minutes after buying, and you'll fix their problem and you'll have a customer for life. It's an approach to WordPress plugins which is going to shift. The idea of having test sites and test sites for premium plugins is going to hit us very, very quickly. I've already approached one website that does test sites, so you can test out that premium plugin. And null script sites are that, just it's the code. We're just not giving them the code. We're letting them do what they want to do, and that is preview the plugin before buying it. But if they want support, they're going to pay for it. And they could be anywhere in the world, but at the end of the day, they're coming to you for support. They want to have that reliance behind you. But yeah, it could be a null script site, it could be Facebook, could be Instagram, could be a competitor. You can have a lot of fun with competitors if they're linking to you. Like if they're giving you trouble, I didn't swear there, then you can give them a comparison chart, why they debunk it. Does that help? Cool. We okay for time? That's it. Hope you guys had fun.
Here's some chocolate for your...
Sweet. Cool, guys. Thank you. That was it.